For as long as I could remember, I've always been just like sporadically putting out content, funny videos, music, random stuff, just out of the fun of it with my friends. And I didn't have really any intentions with it up until, well, like the 9th, 10th grade. I knew that I would take my time. And if I wanted to go some places with it, I would start looking at the views and numbers after a certain point, after I've got my craft to a certain level. I was there. Every 2 seconds I uploaded something and just refreshing and just seeing how many new views would come in. I became consumed by it, which led to me being consumed by social media and seeing other people's numbers. So over the summer, I was looking into like some productivity resources and new YouTubers and all that. And the idea to quit social media kept coming up. So I decided, why not try it? And then I quit Instagram, so I was like, all right, time to achieve maximum productivity. I didn't achieve maximum productivity. Instead of that, I just started using YouTube more. And then I deleted YouTube off my phone. And then I started using Instagram on the Safari browser. And yeah, so it just kept snowballing. It was on and off. And I really wasn't getting anywhere. If I'm being real with you, I had a lot of expectations. I fell below those expectations. But now all of this stuff, oh, freak, my battery's gonna go. But if we're being real, now it's catching up to me. I've never been the type to be like super duper consumed by social media and like checking it while I'm in like an important business meeting. But it was the time alone. Every time I went on social media, I would feel bad about going on social media, and that kind of put me in this cycle of self-antagonization. It's the word I learned. So really, I was falling below my own expectations once again. And then I would also be aware of the negative effects of social media and see those taking place in itself. And that kind of just kept me going through this cycle. And it came to a point where I really felt like trash if I wasn't productive for a single day, which could be a good thing, right? Don't get me wrong. But it could also be a pretty bad thing. When I was scrolling through social media and through like the kind of self-development side of it, I noticed this one quote: be better than you were yesterday and be in competition with yourself. I was like, bro, this is so sick. I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna be better than I was yesterday. And then I'll have a pretty shit day and self-antagonize even more. But let's state the facts for what they were. On average, before I went through this cycle, I was waking up, eating breakfast, doing whatever I had to do, shower, exercise, all that. And this was during quarantine, so school wasn't too much of an issue. And then 10 hours, just straight useless screen time. And then I would go to sleep. And then I kind of noticed this. But then I noticed that, okay, wait, even when I am productive, it's not too much of a difference. It's 9 hours of screen time and 1 hour of productivity. And then you sleep again. I thought to myself, I'm like, regardless of how productive I was, I would always have something bad to say. I would always have some negative inclination. It'd be like, I recorded 3 videos and recorded 3 songs. Each video only takes like an hour each. I could have done more in the past 2 months. Each song only takes like 30 minutes each. I could have also done more in the past couple months. But it's honestly so easy to get down to why. It's that I raised the bar for myself, which I'm super grateful for. It may not objectively be a lot, but it was a lot for me. And this was the importance of perspective in this whole journey. For me, it was, I actually tapped into a 4,000-year-old ancient Egyptian method that was told in the folklore. I called my older brother and asked him for advice. Just trying to keep it real here. Yeah. So yeah, the first step was to do things that I enjoy. I started drinking tea and reading a lot more and having fun in the process. And that kind of led to the second thing that he was telling me, was to look at things for what they were. I would often look at recording, making music, hanging out with friends, all these things that I do throughout the day with Substance. I would look at them as things that would make me not sad, right? And instead of what they really were, which didn't really make any sense. Looking at things for what they were also stretched back into social media. I used to watch YouTube videos and I would be persuaded very quickly. I see a self-improvement channel say, this is the ultimate morning routine, and I would be persuaded. I would let that kind of influence the direction of my life. and then I would see another one and have that influence the direction of my life. So it was all over the place. I needed to just do me and focus on the moment. Again, just do things without thinking about them, and kind of do more and think less, instead of just loading my head with ideas that I'm not really acting upon. Like, of course, I still struggle with this every single day, but at the same time, there's something beautiful in the process of it. As a YouTuber, Nathaniel Drew would say, life is a series of experiments, right? It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be looked at for what they are, and as a process, and that is truly what life is. It's a process, and that's what makes it fun, not things that you reap out of this process. So that's why the past couple of months have really been fun, just discovering and kind of restarting and kind of rediscovering what I really enjoyed and what my true intentions were. If I could sum up this whole video and it's all over the place, it'd probably be in that last line. So there you go. I want to tie it back to the original quote of be better than you were yesterday. How about be better than you were last year, right? Because that way we get a real good perspective on where we're at compared to where we were, right? Take little steps. If you had a shit day or a shit week, there's 51 more in the year, and then you really don't have an excuse. You just got to keep going, and eventually you'll notice that progress, right? If you look back on the last year, you'd be like, wow, I made these little steps towards my goals. That's what matters, right? That's also embracing the process. So we can flip that cycle into like a positive cycle, not of self-antagonization, but of self-appreciation. And yeah, that's about it, guys. But yeah, hopefully that benefited you in some way. I just kind of went on a rant here. Yeah, and hopefully you enjoyed I was about to say the dope background, but I realized might not actually be that dope. But I got a little plant guy there. I think it's kind of cool. Okay, take care. Peace out.